So what's going on, people, and welcome back to the Euro 2016 official squads. Today, the team that I've got for you, or the nation that I've got for you, is Czech Republic. So I went on their Twitter, and just so you all know, the way that I get the squads is by Twitter. I go on to each national team's official Twitter account and get their picture of the 23-man squad. So here we have it, and yeah. We'll start off with the goalkeepers, who are obviously the three at the top. I do know a fair bit about these players. Obviously, Petr Cech, I'm very familiar with. Without a doubt, Czech Republic, one of the best players Czech Republic has ever produced, if not the best. Obviously they produced the likes of Nedved as well, another legend. But Petr Cech is just insane, and I'm not just saying that because he plays for Arsenal. He's unfortunately played a lot of his career at Chelsea, but we're absolutely blessed to have him at Arsenal, and I just hope he has a very good campaign with Czech Republic going into the Euros. Hope he stays injury free, of course. But yeah, I wish him and Czech Republic all the best, and without a doubt he's going to be starting, probably all of the games for Czech Republic. He's just so vital to have a keeper on his level, world class level, in goal for you. So must be a real blessing for the Czech Republic defenders. Next up, we have got Thomas Vaklik, I think that's pronounced, a 27-year-old keeper who actually is not bad at all. Himself, he's actually currently playing for Basel. He's been at the club for 2 years so far. And he's actually Basel's number one, so can't be a bad player at all. Began his career at a team called Viktovis, I think that's pronounced. I'm sorry, guys, struggling very much here. But he came through their youth academy, went on to play for their senior team, then made a move to Victoria Zizkov, then moved to a more better known Czech Republic team called Sparta Prague, or Sparta Prague as they pronounce it. And played a lot of games with them, and obviously stayed with them until 2014, and then he left for FC Basel, where he's made 60 appearances so far, and he wears their number one shirt. So good competition, probably one for the future for Czech Republic's national team. 27 years old, it's quite a prime age for a keeper. So it's good to see that he's playing for Basel, and a top team in Europe. And he really made his name for himself actually in 2011 under-21 European Championship, and was named in the team of the tournament, and he actually made his debut for the Czech national team in 2012. Quite a lot of Thomases actually. The next one is Thomas Kubek, I think that is pronounced. He's only 23 years old. He's 6'6", so pretty tall keeper, and is yet to leave Czech Republic. He's began his career there, and he's still playing for a Czech Republic club. Came up through the ranks at I can't even pronounce this team, Hradec Kralov, I think that's pronounced, and then played for Sparta Prague. He's actually still at Sparta Prague, but last season had a loan out to Slovan Liberec, and without a doubt that is due to his age, only being 23 years old. And got his Czech national team call up this year, actually. Played one game for them so far. Moving on to the defence, one of actually my favourite Czech defenders, current Czech defenders that is, Theodor Gebre Selassie, I think his name is pronounced. Really made a name for himself in, I think it was the South Africa Cup, was it that? I can't quite remember now actually, but I remember watching him in the last national team competition. I can't even speak today, guys. And he was really, really impressive. And everybody was kind of like bigging him up. Really good fullback he plays actually. He's 29 years old, and currently plays for Werder Bremen. He previously from there only really played for like Slavia Prague, all Czech teams basically. But Werder Bremen he joined in 2012, made 115 appearances so far, and has scored 7 goals. And he got his call up to the Czech national team back in 2011, and since then has played 31 times for his country and scored 1 goal. Roman Hubnik is next, a 31-year-old centre-back who currently plays for Victoria Pilsen, and has been, he's very, very familiar with the Czech national team. He's been playing for them since back in 2009. He also has a brother called Michael Hubnik, who I don't believe I'm seeing on here. But he is also a footballer, just just so you all know, and plays for a team called Bormit Jablonek. I think that's pronounced. I do apologise about my pronunciation with some of these teams and some of these players. It's obviously just can be quite difficult. Next up, Pavel Kaderabek. I think that is pronounced Kaderabek. 24 years old, and has had a pretty good season actually back. Why do I keep saying back? At Hoffenheim, the German side. Previously played for Sparta Prague, kind of come up through their youth system, played for Sparta Prague B, their B team. Went out on loan, then got a big call up to the main Sparta Prague, the official, senior Sparta Prague side. And yeah, he got his call up to the Czech Republic national team back in 2014. He's played 15 games for them and has scored 2 goals. Next up, another Czech player that I'm actually very familiar with, and that is Michael Kadlec. He can play left back or centre back, so that's quite key for them. He's very experienced, at age 31. Currently plays for Sparta Prague. Actually moved there this year, yeah. Was previously playing for Fenerbahce. He's also before then played for Bayer Leverkusen, and he did actually play for Sparta Prague back in 2005. He was there for 3 years, left in 2008, and now he's obviously back to a team that obviously means quite a lot to him. At age 31, he's probably thinking about retiring there back in his, I want to say hometown, but I don't think he was actually born in Prague. I think he was born in Vyškov, I think it is pronounced. But yeah, he's very familiar again, very experienced with the national team. He's been playing for them since 2007, and since then played 63 games and scored 8 goals. Next up is Pilsen-born left back David Limberski. He is 32 years old, and again is he's actually one that Tottenham fans should be vaguely familiar with. He didn't actually play any games for Tottenham, but back in 2005, from Victoria Pilsen, he got a loan out to Tottenham and played no appearances and scored no goals. Then obviously he got a move. Quite a strange career actually. I'm not sure what happened. So he currently plays for Victoria Pilsen. Started his senior career. He came up through their youth system in 2002. Right. In 2003, he played for their senior team. Left them in 2007 for Sparta Prague. During his spell at Victoria Pilsen, he was loaned out to a team called Modena and obviously Tottenham Hotspur in 2005. But then in 2007, he moved to Sparta Prague. He was there for a year. Then in 2008, Victoria Pilsen bought him back, and since he's been back in 2008, he's made 212 appearances for the side and has scored 12 goals. And he has no shy to the Czech national team. He's been playing for them since 2009 and has made 34 appearances and scored 1 goal. Next up, we have got Daniel Pudel, a left back who can also play on the left wing as well. One that Sheffield Wednesday fans should be familiar with, and also Watford. He's actually currently on loan to Sheffield Wednesday from Watford. Began his career at Sparta Prague and came through the ranks. Was bought by a team called FK Shmel Blisany. Played for a couple of other Czech teams that I can't pronounce. Moved to Genk, who are obviously pretty well known. You guys know Genk. Back in 2008. And then in 2013, he joined Watford. He played 60 games for them so far and scored 2 goals, but has been loaned out to Sheffield Wednesday, where he's played 33 games and scored 2 goals. Got his call up to the Czech national team in 2007. 31 appearances for them and also 2 goals for them as well. Next up, we've got 28-year-old Marek Suchi. He is a centre-back, also for Basel, and came through the ranks at Slavia Prague, played for them for quite a while actually. Didn't leave there until 2010, where he left for Spartak Moscow. Then while he was at Moscow, he got a loan move to Basel. Then after that loan move expired, he got a permanent deal with Basel, where he's played 59 games and scored 3 goals. And he got his first call up to the Czech national team back in 2010. And since then has played 26 games for them. Surprise, surprise, we've got another Thomas up next. Thomas Sivok. I tell you what, if you're the manager of this national team, imagine shouting pass to Thomas. You're going to have a right headache. You're going to be like, well, hang on, which Thomas am I passing to? He is a centre-back of 32 years old, currently playing for Bursaspor. I think they are a Turkish side. He's played for some pretty well-known clubs, Sparta Prague amongst them. Udinese back in 2007, joined them. And played for Besiktas, obviously a more well-known Turkish side. Was there in 2008 and actually stayed there until 2015. So last year, he played 158 games for them and scored 16 goals, which is pretty good for a defender actually. And especially, you know, like a centre back as well. But yeah, he's at Bursaspor now, and has been playing. Well, he got his first call up to the Czech national team in 2005. Since then, he's played 52 goals. 52 goals. He's played 52 games and scored 5 goals. Next up, God, the Czechs just love cursing, really testing my pronunciation skills. We have got Ondrej Zustel. I'm not sure how the hell that is bloody pronounced. Well, he's a 24-year-old younger, actually classed as a midfielder, but can play in defence as well. Plays for AC Sparta Prague. And he hasn't really made anything of himself yet. No offence to him, but you know he's 24 and he's only really played for Sparta Prague. So he's obviously one for the future. Got his call up last year for the national team. Played 2 games and scored a goal as well. So fair play to him. Next up is 25-year-old Vladimir Darida, who actually currently plays for Hertha BSC. A lot of Czech internationals play for German teams, don't they? I suppose they are quite close though, aren't they? You know, Czech Republic and Germany. So yeah, he came up through the ranks at Victoria Pilsen, then played, just made his big move in 2015 to Hertha BSC. He's so far played 31 games and has scored 5 goals for the side, and he got his first call up to the Czech national team in 2012, and he's made 33 appearances for them and scored 1 goal. Borek Dokal is next, 27 years old, currently playing for Sparta Prague. Has mainly kept his senior career in Czech Republic, so we won't go through that too much. But he got his first call up for Czech Republic national team back in 2012, and since then has played 23 games for the side and has scored 6 goals. Daniel Kolar is next, aged 30, currently playing for Victoria Pilsen. Obviously, them guys just provide and provide and provide for the Czech national team. He's been there since 2008, actually. 193 games played and 58 goals scored. That's not bad going at all. Next up is Jan Kovarik. He is a winger for Victoria Pilsen again. And yeah, like I said, again, really, this has been his like major team that he's played for. Other than that, it's just all been in Czech Republic. And this is his actual first call up to the Czech national team, so well done him. The names just become more difficult. We've got Ladislav Krejci, I think that's pronounced, Krejci. Plays for Sparta Prague, and he's only ever played for Sparta Prague. He's only 23 years old, bearing in mind, but yeah, he came up through the ranks at Sparta Prague, then in 2008 got a senior call-up, and so far has played 122 games and has scored 24 goals for the club. He plays as a left winger. Lukas Maracek is next, another player I'm actually vaguely familiar with. 26 years old, defender or midfielder, and he currently plays for Sparta Prague, but he's played for the likes of Anderlecht and SC Heerenveen as well. David Pavelka is next up, currently plays for a team called Kasim Pasa, and I believe they are Turkish. Yes, they are. In the Super League. Sorry guys, I just never heard of them before. He got his call up to the Czech national team in, just last year actually. He's played 5 games for them so far, so not so experienced, but he's only 25, so yeah, he's probably reaching his prime at the minute. Another one of my favourite Czech Republic players, and that is Jaroslav Plasil. But age 34, he's obviously coming to approach retirement now, but he's a really good, was a really good player. I haven't seen him play for a while now, so I'm not sure if he's lost it or if he's still got it. But he's currently playing for Bordeaux, and has played for the likes of Monaco and also Catania as well. A really good, all-round, just a really good midfielder. And next up, my man, Thomas Rosicky. Obviously just left Arsenal and it's unsure where he'll go next. But an absolute, I don't even know what he is to me, an absolute, just everything. I absolutely love him, and I have done since he joined us back in 2006. 10 years at the club, 170 appearances and 19 goals. Some of them 19 goals so important as well in just massive games, North London derbies, Champions League games, Liverpool, just scored some just massive goals for us. And honestly, the first time I have cried in football over a long time seeing him leave Arsenal, I was absolutely gutted. But at age 35 now, he's obviously he was struggling to get into the side, struggling to keep fit as well, and he's still great on his day, but obviously his days now are limited. I make it sound like he's dying. Sorry about that, but yeah, his number of games are rapidly decreasing, so he needs probably just a less full-on league. And yeah, there's links with him moving to the MLS actually, and I'd love that personally, and I think he'd do really, really well over there. Next is Jiří Skalák, who is a 24-year-old striker or winger, currently plays for Brighton and Hove Albion. He played 8 games for them and scored 2 goals. He moved there in 2016, so obviously this year, and came from Sparta Prague is where he began, and then he moved to a team called Mladá Boleslav, which is where Brighton bought him from. And the last of our midfielders today, we've got Josef Sorel. Currently plays for Sparta Prague. Surprise, surprise. And yeah, he has had... he joined them this year, so he's played 5 goals. I keep getting this mixed up. He's scored 2 goals in 5 games, alright? Previously played for Slovan Liberec, where... I've actually heard of them. He's played 113 games for them and scored 30 goals, and he began his career at a team called FC Brno, which is where he came through the ranks at. Next, we've got David Lafata, 34 years old, one of the more experienced players in the side, with the likes of Rosicky, Czech, Plasil, etc., etc. Currently plays for Sparta Prague. Again, that comes as no surprise. Been there since 2013. Played 98 games for them and has scored 63 goals so far. Very familiar with the Czech Republic national team. Got his first call up for them back in 2006. We're back with another Thomas. This one is Thomas Nessid, one who, again, I'm actually rather familiar with. Began his career in at Slavia Prague, and then moved to CSKA Moscow. Had a couple of loan moves while he was there. Moved to a team called Pek Zwolle. Then now currently plays for a team called Bursaspor, who are in the Turkish Super League. No clue how you pronounce this name, but I'm going for it. Patrick Schick, is that Schick? I had no idea whatsoever. Currently plays for Bohemians. He's on loan from Sparta Prague. So, yeah, Sparta Prague last played for Bohemians. 27 appearances for the Bohemians and scored 7 goals. He's only 20 years old. Wow, he's my age. That's pretty scary. Next, we've got Milan Skoda. Skoda, sorry, just small things amuse small minds, alright? The 30-year-old striker, actually, who also, well, he began his career for Bohemians, played 114 games for them and scored 25 goals. Now plays for Slavia Prague, been there since 2012. He's played 111 games for them and has scored 36 goals. And he got his call up to the Czech national team only last year. And last but not least, young 24-year-old striker Matej Vidra, or Mate Vidra, I think that is pronounced. He is obviously, again, another Premiership player. He plays for Watford at the minute, and actually went out on loan to Reading, but he's played for quite a few English clubs, actually. He's played for Udinese, and while he was there, he got a loan move out to Bruges. Also then got a loan move out to Watford, another loan move out to West Brom, another loan move back out to Watford, and then Watford finally purchased him in 2015 and then sent him out on loan to Reading. Poor fella has been loaned out like more than I've had hot dinners. Bless him. Yeah, 24 years old, so be interesting to see how he does, actually. I mean, he's only scored 2 goals for Reading in 22 games. So yeah, feel a bit sorry for him there. But when he played for Watford, he scored 16 goals in 42. So maybe that's a more promising stat. And he actually got his call up to the Czech Republic national team in 2012, and since then has played 16 games and has scored 5 goals. So that's not such a bad ratio. Yeah, thank you all for watching, guys. It does bring me to the end of the video. Apologies about some of the pronunciation. Honestly, I do my best. All right. Looking forward to watching this Czech Republic side because of the likes of Rosicky being in there, of course, and obviously Petr Cech as well. But yeah, next up we'll have obviously a new team. And if you're enjoying this series, guys, make sure you go hammer the like button. These videos have been going very well with you guys, so thank you all so much for that. Feel free to drop some comments. I had excellent feedback on the Belgian video. Somebody put an absolute essay of a comment, and I have to thank you very much for that. It's really appreciated. Love feedback like that. Yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, guys, and I'll see you all later.